Folks, welcome back. This is actually a pretty exciting video for me to do. So, I have a buddy. You guys already know what we're looking at, but I'll tell you the story. I have a buddy. His name is Pulse Drivers. You can check him out on Instagram. I think he has his own website. He's on eBay. He sells some cool stuff. He's a really good guy. He's one of my best friends in the diecast space. But he has been trying to convince me for probably over a year now that I need to check out some Tomica limited vintage stuff. Limited vintage Neo, anything along those lines. And I was like, yeah, I really need to. I kind of just kept putting it off. I finally got my first Tomica limited vintage. We got this guy right here. Super cool. I did already take a peek at this because I was excited, but we're going to review it. And this is my first Tomica. This is my first Tomica in general. So yeah, going to be pretty exciting. I also pulled this out. A little mini GT. We will kind of do a little comparison between the two. I know they are not the exact same year. Like the mini GT is a 63, it's the 901. And then this Tomica that I have is a 1966, I believe. Something like that. I believe it's a 66. Yeah, 1966 911. So not the exact same year. So there might be some minor differences, but I figured they would be close enough that we could actually take a look at them. So, first Tomica, they come in these real small boxes compared to a mini GT. And I'm sure some of you guys already know this. They are much shorter. They're much shorter. They're a little bit, I don't know. They're a little bit shorter lengthwise. They're a little bit shorter height-wise, but they are a little bit wider. So, kind of interesting. I dig the box design, though. It's nice and simple. It's kind of minimalistic. I really like it. Especially, it's little simplistic box and then a really well-detailed model inside. I kind of like that. But here's the box. This is an official Porsche licensed product. Tomica is one of the most reliable and legit brands ever, so all of their stuff will always be licensed. This is 1/64 scale, and this is an exact 1/64 scale. I think Tomica makes some stuff that's not. I think their super low end lines are pretty much like Japanese Hot Wheels, so they're not going to be 1/64. These higher end lines like limited vintage and limited vintage Neo will be, from what I understand, always 1/64. And then, yeah, so it does say Porsche 911 1966 right there. I don't know what's after the 66. I do not read Japanese, but I mean, we know what car it is, so I guess that's all that really matters. But yeah, there's all the info right there. Again, officially licensed by Porsche. There's all the stuff on the back, mostly done in Japanese. Kind of funny. Customer service is only available in case this product purchased in Japan and acquired from Japan domestic. So customer support from Tomitech is only available in Japan, which I think is kind of funny. But I'm sure that's all your warnings and stuff on the bottom. So yeah, nice simple packaging. I'll set the mini GT back there as well. And then you pull it out. It comes in this little plastic tray. You take the top off, and then you can slide the model out carefully. And I believe I got a pretty good deal on this. It was about $35, which I think is fair because I've seen some go for a lot more. I don't know if that's just due to popularity or how long they've been released, but check this thing out. This thing's really cool. So it's done in a, oh, he told me what color it was. I think it's called, oh no, it's called yellow something, but it's basically like a glossy orange. And I believe that you can actually still get this paint on a modern Porsche. I think it's like a $20,000 upcharge. But this actually is a paint that Porsche still offers to this day, which is kind of cool. But you've got the really nice steelies on the wheels, nice chrome color. They're finished really well, just kind of like that classic wheel design. And you also have chrome on the singular mirror on the side right there as well. This is done in plastic, but it feels pretty firm. It doesn't feel too fragile. You got some nice silver accenting on the bottom right here. Door handle is pretty detailed as well. You can even see the little lock hole right there. So that is nice. And then you've got some silver accenting going along the windows and kind of dividing the windows. So that is cool. Just a nice classic look to it. On the front end right here, also you do have your fuel filler right there as well. On the front end, you've got some silver on the going along the front bumper right there. The headlights look really good. They are done in acrylic. They have a little bit of like some white, like a white ring going around the insides. You can't really see any bulb detail, but the headlights do look really good. They are outlined in this nice chrome piece, so that is awesome. You got your Porsche badge up there as well. Doesn't look too bad. Not the best Porsche badge I've ever seen in 164, but it doesn't look too bad. And then you've got like your blinker and whatnot up here on the side, so that is pretty cool. So yeah, and then a blank white license plate on the front too. Going over to this side, going to be pretty much the same, just a really clean look. I really dig this. On the back end right here, you do have the venting done in black and silver for the engine bay. And then you have Porsche 911 done in gold writing. Unlike the Mini GT, I think Tomica actually did this better. These are printed on, and they are not separate pieces. The separate pieces on the Mini GTs kind of didn't look great because you could see all the glue. But yeah, Tomica did a really good job on that, I think. I definitely prefer that printed over an actual separate piece. But the back end does look really good. You've got that white blank license plate again. Taillights are acrylic and they look very clear, very nice. And then more of that silver coming around the side for that back bumper. And then you do have a little black exhaust piece peeking out the side right there as well. And then on the bottom, you've got the muffler. Speaking of the bottom, they do tell you what the car is, Porsche 911, and they do tell you the scale as well. So this one, the copyright on this one is 2010, so I'm assuming that's kind of around when this one was produced. Maybe not. Maybe that's just what the copyright is for Tomica or Tommy. I'm not sure. I don't know a whole lot about Tomica, so this is going to be a nice learning experience for me as I kind of start exploring this brand a little bit. But you look at this, and it's like, man, that is such a well-done model. And a lot of their limited vintage stuff has opening parts, too. I don't believe this one does. I did kind of think that the back hatch opened at first, but it does not. It does not. I wish it did. That would have been really cool if there was some engine detail down in there. But yeah, super clean model. The interior also has some color too. You can kind of see some brown around the steering wheel. And then you have some brown running along the front of the dash too. It's a little bit hard to see, but some nice color on the interior. So yeah, there is that one. We also do, like I said, have the Mini GT here. Oh, I should also point out that these do have metal bases, and these do roll quite well. So we'll do a little bit of a roll test right here. Rolls pretty smoothly. Yeah, not bad at all. So there is that. The Mini GT, we'll kind of do a little comparison real quick though. So like I said, there might be some slight differences in the casting since these are like different years. But Mini GT also has like the chrome steelies, nice looking wheels, all like the silver accenting and stuff. I don't know whose mirrors are more accurate because like I said, they might be slightly different, but if I had to, I don't know. I can't really compare them because I don't know if they're the same. But one thing I did notice that is on the headlights right here, the Mini GTs, they are acrylic, but they have like those lines, those textured lines going up and down, which I believe this one is supposed to have too, unless there are some versions of the older 911s that don't have that, but I'm pretty sure that they should. But I mean, either way, the headlights on the orange one look really nice too. But other than that, they look really good side by side. Like these Tomicas and Mini GTs look really good together in my opinion. So there's the back end views for you. Obviously this one doesn't have a license plate, but yeah, super cool. And this one also doesn't have the 911 badge back here as well, because this is a 901, and I don't think they started doing this 911 badge until a little later on. So there is that. But yeah, they look really good, and honestly, the scale looks pretty spot on. I think looking at it from the front end though, the Tomica does look a little bit wider than the Mini GT. You can see it from the back end too. It does look a little wider. As far as length goes, they're pretty spot on, and height is also spot on as well. But like I said, that width might just be because they are 2 different years. So I can't really knock either of them for that. But yeah, I think they look really good. Very nice models. So yeah, compares really well with Mini GT, or Mini GT compares really well with it. Either way you want to go. But yeah, this is my first Tomica limited vintage. Yeah, I saw this orange 911 and I fell in love with it. I was like, okay, that's going to be my first one. So very cool. Very excited to collect more of these. I think the next one / ones that I'm going to get are the Lamborghini Miras. They have a couple different ones. They have the SV, they have the P400. I think they have one other one. So yeah, definitely gonna have to get a couple Miras. I'll probably get a couple Countachs, maybe some more Porsches, maybe some classic JDM stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Just depends on how expensive and hard to find some of it is, because I know like the Ferraris, some of the Ferraris are really hard to find, but we'll do our best, and we will definitely be getting more of these. This is a brand that I am very excited to explore and learn more about. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video.